Rookie minicamp is over, so I thought let's recap it, kind of see what some people are saying about it, and talk about some of the waivers that happened, and then I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. What is up, Finn fans? So yes, rookie minicamps was only Friday and Saturday. It was only a 2-day rookie minicamp. Yesterday, Isaiah Wynn was signed with the Dolphins, so I talked about that. And today, we're going to kind of recap, and I'm going to give you some details and stuff that happened at rookie minicamp. But this isn't going to be that in-depth. It's not going to be crazy because it's rookie minicamp. Essentially, what the Dolphins did in rookie minicamp is they brought in guys to try out, undrafted free agents, and then guys from the XFL and some other people to try out and try to make the team with the 4 rookies that we have now in Cam Smith, Devon A-Chain, Higgins, and Hayes. So that's all rookie minicamp really was. Can we find the needle in the haystack, the 1 in a million? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go into little details on that. I will say this: that glitch that has been happening for the past 2 days, I don't know why it's happening, but I got it fixed. It's not gonna happen anymore. That pop-up's not gonna happen anymore. I don't know why it happened, but I got it fixed until June 1st. Okay, so let's jump into this. Omar Kelly made this article. He made this article after Friday's rookie minicamp. Some observations that he had. He said 5 observations from Dolphins rookie minicamp. He said, this is for inside linebackers. He said, head coach Mike McDaniel and defensive coordinator Vic Fangio spent a significant portion of Friday's practice examining the inside linebackers during the position drill of practice. Aubrey Miller is a tad on the small size, which isn't surprising considering he's listed at 6'2", 229. But the Jackson State standout, who was the swag defensive player of the year, seemingly had a little pop to his game. Miller's film was my favorite of all the undrafted rookies signed, and considering Miami's searching for an inside linebacker help, he'll have a legit chance to make the roster if he can shed blocks and cover with range. Another rookie being used as an inside linebacker was Zeke Vanderborough, who played outside linebacker most of his career in Illinois State. Vanderberg, who is 6'4", 232, was Missouri Valley Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. So yeah, that was the reason why I was looking at, the Lions took Campbell so early. You guys know I was banging the table for him, but that's why I was looking at a lot of middle linebackers. There's still some middle. That's the thing we forget. There's still some middle linebackers that the Dolphins can still make a move for. And June 1st is not only going to be for certain somebody, in my opinion, but could be for others, like middle linebackers. But Aubrey Miller kind of reminds me, not physically, but the unsung hero type player that Sam McGuavin was. Sam McGuavin's not on the team. And it took me a second to realize that they didn't bring back Sam McGuavin. Aubrey Miller might be the Sam McGuavin, the one that I'm banging the table for, the one that I'm like, watch him. But I think it was 2019 when I was watch Sam McGuavin. I'm really liking him. Watch him. And then the season started. He disappeared. Did really good in preseason. Did really good in camp. And then he disappeared when the regular season happened. He also says, is there a height requirement for offensive tackle? All 3 of the rookie offensive tackles the Dolphins signed are 6'7". I'm 6'5". That's 2 inches taller than me. That's ridiculous. Ryan Hayes is 6'7", 305 pounds, but he has a pudgy frame on him. He moves like a guard, which is something the team might explore later in the process. James Tunstall, the Cincinnati offensive tackle, 6'7", 304 pounds. The 2022 second team All AAC tackle started every game an offensive tackle this past season and started 11 games for the Bearcats in 2021 after transferring from Stony Brook. He passed up his final season of college eligibility to go undrafted. And Alex Jensen, the former South Dakota standout, is 6'7", 304 pounds. Considering the Dolphins go into training camp relatively thin at offensive tackle, with Austin Jackson, who has struggled the past 3 seasons, penciled in as the starting right tackle, all 3 of these rookies have a legit chance to impress enough to make the 53-man roster. It's probably because they realize, oh, we screwed up not getting a right tackle. So what are we going to do? We're going to get the biggest guys out there to come in and hopefully one of them's going to shine. He should have done it. He should have done it from jump. And he talks about Michael Turk. He says, rookie punter Michael Turk has thighs the size of honey-baked hams, and his calves have some thickness to them as well. We've seen punters and kickers with thick legs before, but this is on another level. Turk clearly is a warrior in the weight room, which we've seen, and you can see on his YouTube channel, which he showed in the NFL Combine when he set a record by bench pressing 225 pounds 25 times. That the mark is a modern record, as it is the most reps by a punter since 2003 per NFL research. The Dolphins guaranteed all of veteran punter Jack Bailey's $1.1 million contract, which means Turk, who averaged 47.2 yards per punt during his college career, would have to drastically outperform Bailey, a Pro Bowl selection, to unseat him. The fact that Jack Bailey gets his full contract is guaranteed $1.1 million, like Omar said, it's going to be hard for Turk to make the roster, but you never know. Dolphins might just say, screw it, eat the $1.1 million if this guy is that much better. However, Miami could develop Turk on the practice squad if he's deemed worthy. Stash him. Hopefully you could stash him, but stash him. Another section, he says, Tiny seems to be a theme. Devon Achane, the Dolphins' third-round selection, wasn't the smallest player at the rookie camp. There were a tryout tailback, Cal Davis, Ulonzo Gillum, and cornerback Duke's Datron Young, who had a similar frame to Devon Achane, who is 5'9", 188. Achane said he heard about his small stature his entire life, but points out he uses his shortcomings to his advantage, concerning he can pop out from behind blocking offensive linemen. Yeah, we talked about that. I think Friday we did. And then athleticism stands out at edge, which we don't necessarily need edge, but it's good to groom somebody. Mitchell Agood, physical standout among the outside linebacker prospects. This 6'4", 242-pound moves pretty well when compared to his rookie peers, New Mexico State's Lazarus Williams and Nebraska's Garrett Nelson. The former University of Miami standout, who coached by Hall of Fame Dolphins pass rusher Jason Taylor last season. The former UCLA transfer recorded 39 tackles, 21 solo, with 4 sacks and 1 forced fumble in the 12 games he played. The Dolphins had Cameron Goode last year's 7th-round pick, participating in the rookie camp, and Agood towered over him, which was a good sign. So yeah, you could see kind of the theme that they were going with and the direction they were trying to go with in this rookie camp, right? They had the big 6'7" offensive linemen, tackles coming in. You had, they were searching for that inside linebacker, had the speedy short guys. I would be surprised out of my mind if Datron Young, who's a corner, makes the roster. He's 5'9". You don't want short corners. You're going to get mossed left and right. But yeah, what I like hearing is the athletic edges, the tall tackles, big physical tackles. The punter, the only thing I didn't like hearing is that short theme. So after all was said and done, the Dolphins did make some roster moves, obviously. Following the conclusion of their 2-day rookie minicamp, Like I said, it was Friday, Saturday. The Dolphins on Saturday announced the release of 3 undrafted rookies, all of whom are offensive linemen. Miami waived Jarrett Horst, Alex Jensen, and DJ Scaife, who were members of the 21 undrafted free agents that signed with the team after the 2023 draft. The transfer leaves the Dolphins with 87 on their roster. This includes the 4 draft picks, none of whom have signed yet. We've talked about why. The Dolphins also brought a host of tryout players for rookie minicamp and could add one of or multiple players on the roster ahead of organized team activities, which begins on May 22nd. So the Dolphins have 88 because they signed Isaiah Wynn to a 1-year contract. So they have room for 2 more players before they hit the cap of the 90-man roster. Who those 2 players could be, I don't know. There still is a possibility. Like I said, with the Isaiah Wynn situation, he could be the security for Teron Armstead, be the backup left tackle. So they could still bring in Cameron Fleming. They could still bring in Shell back. That is a possibility. And then all of a sudden you bring those 2 guys back. You really have the security at tackle position, and then really makes everyone feel better. And then also you could still move players around and release players and do what you want to do. I keep saying this, and I'm not joking. Now, I'm not trying to hype it up and say once June 1st comes, it's going to be like the beginning of free agency where things are going to go nuts. June 1st is a time to create cap space, right? You got the post-June 1st cuts and stuff, but also post-June 1st trades give you more money, right? The joke was I kept popping up that that tweet that said that the Minnesota Vikings essentially informed Dalvin Cook that, post June 1st, they release him, it's $9 million. If they trade him, it's $11 million. So again, I'm not saying he's going to get traded. They may just cut him because it seems like if they were going to get a trade for him, it would have happened by now. A lot of teams are looking at people on their roster that can they move on from post June 1st and clear some cap space. One of those people is Cedric Wilson Jr. If the Dolphins decide to trade him post June 1st, they save $7 million. If they just release him, it's only $2 million savings. Pre-June 1st trade is $6 million. So they can save an extra $1 million by trading him after June 1st. Is it going to happen? I don't know. We've been talking about it ad nauseum that he's going to get traded because how many wide receivers we have. But that might be a possibility. The Dolphins could, use him in a trade for a certain somebody I said I'm not going to talk about anymore. They could just trade him in general to a team that might need wide receiver help and just get like a 7th round pick for him or whatever, or get some type of player and clear that $7 million in cap space. Also, they can clear more cap space like I've been talking about ad nauseum. Christian Wilkins getting a contract extension clears cap space. Connor Williams getting a contract extension clears cap space. There is possibilities. But as of right now, I think the Dolphins are sitting at about $2 million in cap space. Probably now about $1 million, $1.6 million. Give or take after the Isaiah Wynn signing. We don't know how much that's going to be. But you add these moves, 13.6, also we're up to 14.6. You trade Cedric Wilson, you're at 20.6. You make other moves with Christian Wilkins, who's a $10.7 million cap hit. You re-sign him, you can change that cap hit. Same thing with Connor Williams, who's an 8.3. You could clear more cap. Clear. All of a sudden, the Dolphins have cap space to do whatever the heck they want and just probably make the moves that they want to make. That is what I got for you today. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. This comment comes from Arquill1, and he says, comment of the day, I would love to see you react to the posters the Dolphins created for the video. They posted all of them on their feed. They are amazing. So because you asked so nicely, we're going to look at the posters from Thursday's release video where this is very movie themed, which I greatly appreciated, like I said, being that I'm a film major. So I'm going to pop it up. It's the first one. So they didn't do the full season. They just did certain games. So this is the first one. Home versus the Panthers. Happy cleats with Jalen Waddle as a Penguin because he is the Penguin because he waddles. I like this one. It's cute. I like the theme. And they have the characters back there. I wonder... I'd have to zoom in to see if there's any like Easter eggs down here. The playbook says riff on the notebook for probably one of the most important games of next year or this upcoming year when we take on the Eagles in Philly on Sunday night. It's going to be a big one. Very big one. The Fantastic Four. Patriots coming to Miami. You got the pass rushers and Chubb, Agba, Phillips, AVG. The Fantastic Four pass rushers. I'm loving it. I like it. Then we have Christian Wilkins, Animal Investigator. That's hilarious. And it just fits. It's good. Another big game, primetime game. Well, somewhat primetime. Just fits with his personality. And he probably loved doing it. It's just hilarious. Fangio's 11. You pretty much got the defense there. You got Wilkins, Baker. I'm trying to see. You got Baker, Wilkins, X, Ramsey, Phillips. Oh, I can't really pick out. I think that's Duke Riley. I think that's Chubb. I don't know who that is, and I can't really pick out who these guys are. Raiders. It's a game I'm trying to go to. The Podfather. Jets. Friday night game. So dumb. I hate that game. Friday game. Black Friday game. But I love the concept here. Finception. Heading to Washington December 3rd. That's defense. Is that the secondary? I think that's the secondary. X, Javon Holland. I think that's Brandon Jones, Nick Needham. Is that Cater? I think that's the secondary. I don't know where Jalen is. Miami and Aqua with Wilson and Mozart. That's hilarious. It's Monday night game. That's prime time. Dolphinado touching down this fall. The concept is great. I love these. And I like, you look in the background, you can see like little things, the dolphin helmet, stadium. I love it. Christmas Staycation. The Cowboys coming to Miami for Christmas Eve. One of my favorite Christmas movies is Christmas Vacation. I love it. I don't think that's a specific player, but I love it. Trading Day. That's a good one. That's a big game too. New Year's Eve. Trading to get Jalen Ramsey. Big move. Can it pay off? We'll find out. And then finally, How to Train Your Dolphin. Week 18 versus Buffalo. Will we already clinch? Will we already have the division locked in? I don't know. But yeah, those are the posters that they got. I love them. I love this year's. Last year, it was nothing. So I made my own last year. But this year, I love it. I love the movie theme. Really going out there. Probably like, to me, top 10 schedule release video. I think the number one is Titans. Hilarious. The Titans one is probably the best one. Chargers was all right, but it kind of was the same thing over again, in my opinion. Titans was the best. It was funny. That's why I had them the best. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys in the next video. But like usual, stay classy. And fins out.